All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I gotta just say it. Bert Kreischer's new movie, The Machine, is coming out this weekend. It came out this weekend already. Obviously, if you're listening to this podcast, you probably know it's already out. And in honor of Bert Kreischer's new movie, The Machine, I'm going to be doing this whole podcast shirtless. So fuck it. There. Welcome to the weekend show with Mediumjay. I was watching, the Joe Rogan interview. He was interviewing the greatest comedian known to mankind, possibly the universe. It's not explored yet, but I would be comfortable saying that Bert is the greatest comedian in history, right? And I watched him do it. Every single podcast of Joe Rogan fails in comparison to I would go as far as to say even Joe Rogan's entire career is not even close to the first few sentences of the Machine story. It's that good. The Machine, it's like a 15 to 20 minute bit, but it's legendary. I watched that and I wanted to be a comedian after watching that. It was so good. It inspired me. I wanted to rob a train. The Machine story is so good. I want to rob a train. That's how good Bert tells that story. It's a legendary story. You want to join the Russian mafia? I did a whole bit on my podcast up until probably this point right now when I'm breaking character. I was saying that I was I was with Putin and shit. I was tied up in the Russian mafia. The whole, this whole podcast up until now was like an ode to the Bert's fantasy, right? Because this is a hilarious bit, and I'd go, just Bert taking off his shirt makes Joe Rogan, it just puts Joe Rogan down here. Bert's on another level. I'll just be honest with you. And Bert, I know Bert specifically wants to be on Protect Our Parks. Listen, Bert, you don't want to be with those lowlifes. You don't want to be with Mark Norman. And you don't want to be with, the Shane Gillises of the world. You're in another league. You're doing arenas anytime you want. Telling the same damn story, buddy. You're telling the same damn story. We gotta listen. We gotta listen to this. This is Bert's clip that, just came out. I guess it's the promo. We gotta pull this up. We gotta pull it up. Just telling his fans what to do. Jeez, he posts so much shit. That's not it. There's one. Oh, here it is.
Hey, listen. I'm talking to you in the theaters right now, okay? You in these theaters.
And he's got his shirt off, too.
You're the ride or die motherfuckers. Do me a favor. You support all of us. All us comics. You support our podcasts. You support our tours. Support us in theaters. Support this movie by telling your friends, going online, spreading word of mouth. You did that with me when this story went viral. You shared it, and that is the reason we're making this fucking movie. I am forever grateful, but do it one more time. Do it one more time. Tell your friends tomorrow, get out of your house, go to the theater. Put it on Instagram. Take a picture of yourself shirtless on Instagram right now in the theater and post it. I don't give a fuck how you do it.
Yes.
But bring comedies back in theaters.
Bring comedy back, bro.
Next summer's lineup, filled with your favorite podcast hosts making wild.
He wants to bring back raunchy material, people. What's not to love about with his shirt? He's doing this all with his shirt off. I love Bert so much. This podcast is an ode to Bert. He's I watched some of his comedy specials, and you get to know his family. The fuck was that? You get to know his family. You get to know his his daughters. You get to know his personal life, his little interactions. He can make one little night. He can make one night an entire bit and an entire 30 minutes on stage, which is very hard to do. And I would say he's up there with the legendary comedians that also got wild, like the the Richard Pryors, the who's fuck, I'm blanking on the dude's name that does a lot of coke, and so much coke that he messed up his nose. Fuck, what is that guy's name? Fucking fat dude. I can't even remember, but fucking shit. No. Lenny Dykstra? No, that's not it. Either way, they all fail in comparison to Bert Kreischer. Now, in all complete honesty, Bert should be on every single Joe Rogan podcast. He should just be in the background, doing ad libs or something. Because I listened to the most recent podcast with Joe, right? On the Protect Our Parks shit. I go, this is nothing compared to Bert. This is nothing. And I don't even know if they were getting lit like they were on Protect Our Parks. But Shane at one point points out how Mark Norman, all he does is say the one word like it's Scrabble, right? And I'm like, dude, Bert will at least act like he's fucking, Bert will at least act like he's just, there in the moment, right? And Ari, all he does is ask what's going on with the fucking biggest news scandals like Bud Light. Oh, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? What's going on in the headlines? Because he's a Jew, he's a shut-in recluse Jew, and he's always asking what's going on. Every Protect Our Parks, he's like, oh, so what's going on with the Greta Thunberg? Who's this girl? He doesn't know. He's clueless. So it's like, it's the worst guest to have. At least Bert will pretend that he knows what's going on. Bert always just lies, and that's hilarious, and we love him for it. And I don't know why. I don't know. Two bears in one cave, man. I don't know why Tom Segura is allowed to be in the same room as Bert. Like having a little nut and bolt next to the fucking machine, dude. It should be fucking one bear and one grave, if that's where Tom Segura should be in, man. Leanne, I'll admit it, probably the perfect woman. Leanne's probably the perfect woman to marry. Another phenomenal call by the machine. He's just sinking buckets. He's just constantly from half court. That dude is. You know what? Bert's a nigga. Bert, you can say it. Free N-word pass, lifetime guaranteed. Bert, you're a nigga, man. You sinking buckets from the 3-point line, dude. First off, looks off the fucking chart for Leanne. Her accent is like Dr. Phil and Aunt Jemima had a baby mashed up into one. I'd say Devin the dude has a song that's called, this is for my Southern girls. He's got a song for Southern girls. I just have a thing for Southern girls. I just have a thing for them, right? And plus, no disrespect to the machine, but his wife Leanne probably top-notch box. Let's just be honest. Probably. Also, you want a woman who will jump in on your fun while also keeping you reasonable. You know what I mean? Doesn't let you go off the boat, but lets you thrash around in the waters for a bit, And he always talks about, this is Bert being so open and honest with his audience, right? And his fans and his diehards, his ride or dies, if he calls them. She's really good at giving head. She's got that fucking glizzy gobble 3000 going on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, listen, again, this is all shared from what Bert has. This is all what Bert has. But to tie down the machine, you gotta suck like one too. You feel me? Now, his daughters. Ooh, his daughters. Everyone loves his daughters, especially Bert. Thanks to them, he constantly and consistently is writing 20 minutes right off of his daughters. He's just consistently all day and all night the wacky antics they get into, and then their little school that they've been going. And you know, I watched the Razzle Dazzle. He did a whole 30 minutes on his daughter's. You know, actually, I think his whole thing was his daughters, and the one thing with his wife, but his wife at the raffle tickets or whatever. But it was it's hilarious, and like his family is like, they deserve their own show, to be honest, like a Keeping Up with Bert, but like the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but it's Keeping Up with Bert, or the Kreischers, Keeping Up with the Kreischers. It fucking actually works, to be honest. It's still, you know, still in that realm of the the K's. It's still in the realm of the K's. I don't know, but a lot of people say Bert has a drinking problem. Listen, I know a lot of people. This is throw away the laughs and the jokes for a second. I know a lot of people that drink day in and day out. I'm talking round the clock drink. I'm talking round the clock drinking. I'm talking like wake up beer. You know what I mean? Go to sleep beer. You know, mid wake up, take a piss, take a sip of that is still, you know, still full beer, and go back to sleep. Drinking, motherfuckers. These motherfuckers drink to forget. You know what I mean? They drink so much that they fucking miss out on life, right? They lose their jobs. They forget important shit. They ruin their relationships and end up isolating themselves from the real world, right? Now, whatever the hell Bert's magically doing, you know, his brain and body is working together to become the most successful comedian, podcaster, and father alcoholism has ever known, right? Now, no matter which way you spin it, no millionaire has amassed their riches by getting drunk and partying all night, unless you're the fucking machine, you know? Just think about it, right? There's alcoholic stepdads that beat their kids, right? There's drunks that fucking literally ruin their you could find them all across Main Street. There's drunks. But Bert somehow magically has no bottom line. He actually's gotten richer the more fucked up and drunk he's gotten, which is it kind of puts his friends and stuff into like kind of like, I don't know how far he can take this without, you know, just one day eventually dying. But he's the machine. He drank with Russian mafias, you know, Russian mafia members. Remember? He's got some sort of weird propensity for alcohol that puts his brain into a new grind mode, if you will. And I know a lot of people are amazed. Some people hate him, you know, I mean, which I don't get. Some people hate Bert. I don't understand that. How could you hate a guy that literally just has fun? And he does say some off-color shit. He does go, you know, a little bit overboard. Maybe he shares a little too much with his family. But that's like, if that's the worst thing a person can have, is that they share a little bit too much. They get a little too excited. Like a little dog pissing the fucking carpet when you get home. That, you know, I mean, he's just so happy. He's just so happy to share the things with you that, you know, he just wets himself a little bit. It's just, I honestly don't know why. So many people, I mean, I don't know how many people, you know, it's a love or hate thing. There's not really someone kind of feeling indifferent, like, except my buddy George, which was weird. My buddy George is an alcoholic just like him, and he has kind of the same shaped stomach as him, too. And the weirdest thing is, like, yeah, he's like, his comedy was okay, but I wish he just put on his shirt. I'm like, dude, that's his thing, though. what a waste of, like, here's the point. Here's, you know, Here's the point. Here's my buddy's head, and it just went right over his head. I honestly don't know how fucking Bird does this. I'm sweating bullets with no shirt. I am sweating bullets. But I also feel more open. I feel like this is another level that I've unlocked with my fans. This is awesome. I'm going to do this podcast more often. Now, in complete honesty, I haven't watched the movie The Machine. I've had this, I've had this little difficult thing where I couldn't find a place, an auto packed agency open. So I wasn't able to get my insurance renewed. So I couldn't go hop in my car. And dude, since the pandemic, all the movie theaters next to my house closed down. All the ghetto ones, the ones that were like kind of already looking to like shut down to begin with, they all kind of shut down. And then the worst part is like in downtown, if you live in the hood, they shut down fucking auto pack agencies like it's fucking those convenience stores. They like fucking rope them up or like fucking chain them up, bar them up, and they're like, yeah, we're not open until weekdays, and the weekdays are like most places are open from 8 till 5, 8 till 6 reasonable time. These ones are like 9 to like 3:30. You got like a very small window, so I missed that window, and I really wanted to watch that movie, man. It would have gave me something to talk about on this podcast. Well, I don't know. Well, I mean, I could only imagine. You know what? Fuck it. Let's watch the trailer. I'm just gonna go throw on the trailer. Fuck it. I'm gonna throw on the trailer. We'll talk about the trailer. The Machine. Well, this is mad. We don't want to throw off the ad. It's gotta fill in. It's a 30-second ad. Oh no, wait, it's 10 seconds now. Oh, it's just done. There we go ahead and put that up there. It's you're not gonna be able to see it. Just
7 years ago,
just type it
one incredible story blew up the internet.
When I was 22, I got involved with the Russian mafia. I was a frat boy on a class trip.
This is Igor. He's here for your protection. He's very dangerous. Not to talk to or hang out with him.
All I want to do is hang out with her.
I did not speak Russian.
Yeah, Machine.
All I knew how to say was, "On the machine!" It was literally the best summer of my life.
We robbing this guy?
This is mine!
23 years after those events, the story continues.
What is wrong with this shirt? Yo, Machine.
No, not today, brother. Not today. My dad showed up.
You paid money to see my son tell his made-up story about robbing a train in Russia?
For the millionth time, it's a true story.
It took about 2 seconds before he started making me mental. Look at him. Oh, man.
He's a monster.
I just gotta say right off the bat, it's genius. It's we're only a minute in. It's fucking captivating right now. I want to stop doing the podcast, and I just want to find out if I could fucking pirate this motherfucker's video, just because I can't get to the movie theaters. I might what time is it? I might actually take a bus down to see the late night viewing. The movie looks incredible. It looks cool. The fucking guy, the young Bert, looks awesome. It looks like almost looks like a Chris Pratt. They got a Chris Pratt lookalike, man. This is genius, man. And very, very big fan of Russia too. Very big fan.
The Machine.
Ma'am, the party's outside.
23 years ago, you stole the only thing my father ever cared about.
Sorry. If this is some sort of TikTok prank, I'm about to lose my shit.
It's definitely a prank. Clearly, that's a fake gun.
You're coming with me back to Russia.
Russia!
If you try to run.
He's over there. Why are you talking all fast like you're on speed or something?
Because I'm on speed. More drugs.
More drugs. See, listen. All right, I'm gonna be real with you guys. That right there, funny. Top-notch comedy, bar none. Let's keep it going. Why you sound like you're on drugs? I am on drugs.
Take off that shirt and show those SOB.
You gotta take off the shirt. Right now, it's like in the John Wick fighting. It's great. It's great. This is.
Who you really are. Now, you gotta party with me. He's the motherfucking machine.
Fine. I'll just get you in the leg.
Oh my god, what a fucking hell! I killed a man!
Well, technically you killed several men.
Dude, okay, first off, right off the bat, he tries to do a Chinese getup, falls. Hilarious. Classic Bert. Classic Bert, buddy. It's in this. I have to say, probably even just watch. Even though I just watched the trailer, I'd put that movie up there with Forrest Gump, right? Nomination. You know what I mean? Winning multiple awards, probably Avatar 1 and 2 combined, better than it's. Well, I guess it's in the same realm. I'd put it up there with, you know, and John, and it has John Wick vibes too. It's just a little bit of sprinkled in John Wick vibes. Instant classic. Now let's go ahead and look at the reviews. Let's go ahead and look at the reviews. Oh, he had Mark Hamill in that motherfucker? That was Mark Hamill as the guy talking to him? Dude. Mark Hamill. Dude from Star Wars. Okay. Bert. Okay, we'll go. The Machine. We gotta look it up. The Machine 2000 film review. The Machine. It's one of those, I bet like a lot of people are gonna, like the critics are gonna hate it, but the fucking audience will love it. The Machine movie review. Oh, 4.4 stars. But on Rotten Tomatoes, 29%. Yeah, that's because of the fucking. We go Rotten Tomatoes. That's because it's got to be the critics, right? See, all right, it's one of those. Yeah, one of those. It's rated R. Fucking an hour and 52 minutes. Action, comedy action. Now 27% on the critics. Audience 91%. So like clearly, at a certain point, man. Now we gotta just admit, do the critics know what they're talking about? Because the critics literally have a checklist in the movie. This is a little bit of I guess movie for the movie buffs out there. The critics now have a thing where they have a checklist of like who, like if there's a film of diversity, it all ranks into their critique of the system, which kind of fucking blows, to be honest, because no movie can just be a movie. It has to be like, it has to have several plots about, you know, the coming of age of a transgender person. It has to have like three, like a Mexican, you know, a black person and an Asian. Has to have all of that stuff that you gotta wedge in there in a movie. And when you do it, most people go, well, it's clearly obvious that they just wrote a character like to teach the dude karate. The guy didn't need to know karate. They just got an Asian dude to teach him karate or something. And even then, it would be like probably stereotypical, so probably throw him down. But like, it's just nowadays the critics have this weird checklist, and it's the woke whatever the woke agenda, whatever the woke train is going down. It feels like it's just pointless, right? And Bert definitely does not fit into the mold of the woke propaganda. It's okay. Listen. It's one of the most captivating movies, I guess. It's the most. It's like it's basically Russian propaganda, because it makes you fall in love with with Russians, right? Well, I mean, they're the badass. I guess they're still the villains in the movie. I wish he did the whole thing of just the story, the movie as a story. I hope there is like the beginning stages of what he did, or like flashbacks of like the actual story of him going to Russia and just robbing the train. Because that in and itself of like robbing a train in Russia is fucking genius. Like it's a genius story. Like it's based on a true story, as true as it was. And a lot of people lay claim to like say that it's a fake made up story. I believe it. I believe Bert. Hell, Bert could literally go, "I'm your dad." I'll believe it. Bert, you're my dad. You know what? Fuck it. I'm the little machine. I'm the little machine, bro. Changing my name, bro. Lil Machine. It ain't Mediumjay no more. It's the little machine. You know what I mean? You know, and the shirt, the taking off the I could do this all day, bro. This is actually, it's so comfortable. It's I'd have to say it puts me on a level of comfortability after I got this, like after the 5 to 10 minute mark of like sweating. I got all the sweat dripping down. It's fucking awesome right now. I'm in the glory period of the no shirt. It's no shirt gang. And I used to, when I was younger, you know, you play like in the hood, you'd play basketball, you'd play shirts versus skins and shit. I was always so scared because I was kind of a fatter kid growing up. There was times when I was skinny, but most of the times, much like Bobby Kelly, go through different stages of fat and skinny. I'm slowly slimming down, and this right now, it gets me in the mode to want to work out, gets me in the mode to be a part of something. I want to be a part of something bigger other than just eating the cake. I want to be a part of something bigger than just drinking my life away. Even though Bert drinks a lot and his lifestyle induces the party aspect of, you know, his persona, I feel as though I could be like a party guy without drinking. Because I'm about a week sober, haven't smoked weed. I even quit cigarettes, started eating healthy, and I'm gonna get cut, I think. Well, I mean, everything leads to, if I'm working out 2 to 3, you know, no, not 2 to 3. If I'm working like about 3 to 5 times a week, working out, eating healthy, there should be no reason why I'm not fucking getting cut. I mean, I should be cut already. It's been a week. It's been a week. I should be fucking. Hold on. Let me do that. I'm gonna do the tit thing. Oh fuck yeah. You know what? Flip over to the fuck yeah. Flip over to the YouTube fucking page. Flip over to the video right now and watch me fucking jiggle my chest like Terry Crews or The Rock, bro. Fuck yeah. That's a sub, bro. I'm gonna get cut. I lost already 10 pounds. I'm going down to 200 flat. I was like 240. And it was Gucci Man level pregnant, you know, before he went to jail. All right, I'm gonna get cut like Gucci Man after he came out of jail, dude. I'm gonna do it, and it's all thanks to Bert. It's all thanks to Bert Kreischer and his new movie coming out, and it's just actually, you know, and in complete honest, I'm back on Instagram. I'm back on Twitter. I'm back on Facebook. For all the people that missed me, I'm back. And it's because of Bert. Because I heard him on the podcast with Joe Rogan saying, like, you know, you guys got, you know, he's calling out all his fans. And I was a fan. And throughout the month of me quitting, and side note that, in the month of me quitting, it was an entire, like, you get with Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all that. I'm gonna let probably TikTok go because I know the ramifications of the Chinese spyware. So I'll probably let that one be just deleted. There was kind of a couple of funny things on the podcast, on the TikToks. Kind of funny, but I also don't support Chinese spyware or Russia spyware though. Keep it coming. You know what I mean? Open invite to all the troll farmers farming me. Open invite. Everybody just everybody in Russia, just go ahead and hack me. Actually, there was, you know, and I'm side noting the side note now. There was an email that I got about 2 months ago stating, and I don't know why I was gonna. This was one of the reasons why I quit. I share too much shit. I'm gonna share like some Russian, it's like fucking Russian hacker trying to hack into my account. They're like, Moscow, Russia tried to access your account. Is this you? And I was like, no. And I'm like, yo, people trying to hack me all day. Like it's like a thing. I don't know why. So I think if I just tone it down a little bit with the sharing, and the coolest thing is, man, like I had a feeling. I'm like, I'll just hop back on and see if I still have the chance to access my accounts, right? Because I didn't know. It's been a month. I don't have the timing down perfectly. I can't count. You know what I mean? I just had a feeling like, today is probably the day I should probably get back on. If not, it'll be gone forever, right? All my posts and all my shit, everything that I've built up on a social media, social branding, online presence up until, you know, about a month ago has been, it'll disappear, right? And it was literally to the day, it was April 28th and then May 28th, which is wild. That is it's wild that I got, they're like, are you sure you want to get back in here? It's just going to be deleted today, like today at the end of the day. So it probably would have been maybe exactly the time of when I did it, which was I think about 7 o'clock. I came in at about, I want to say 5 o'clock. So I had like 2 hours to spare. So it's, you know, it's great way of like it's just in the nick of time, right? That's just by this, you know, made it by the skin of my teeth or whatever the fuck the saying is, right? But I'm back on social media, right? And I have to say, like, this podcast is dedicated to just watching Bert Kreischer's movie, because he got me back on IG. You know what I mean? Because I literally was like, you know what? Because there's a lot of people that do IG their way. They're you know, singers, rappers, dancers. They do their thing on IG, and they don't really have fun with it. Now, there's a few select people that have fun with their IG. But for the most part, most people stay in their lane and they do their own thing. I like fucking around on IG. I like being a man of multiple things and just joking, having jokes and posting jokes and laughing at weird shit. You know, seeing some random hobo and this, you know what I mean? Maybe he's passed out and adding on some music to it and saying like, I fell asleep in that pussy. You know what I mean? Or some shit like that. Whatever it is, I'm getting kind of off topic, but with Bert, there's so many times where he just takes off his shirt and he doesn't have the body of like a guy that should be taking off his shirt, which makes me go like, listen, man, if Bert can do it, why the fuck am I holding back? Why the fuck am I not doing what you know what I mean? Why am I not fucking taking that shirtless photo? Why the fuck am I not getting up on stage? You know, taking off the shirt. It's basically his thing. But I mean, in other scenarios, why am I not, you know, taking a chance and asking that girl out? You know what I mean? Talking to that one chick. You know what I mean? Breaking in the industry and meeting the right people. Everything in my life comes together when I watch Bert just take off his shirt. My life can be summed up as a man I was lost. I was lost. I was roaming through Earth with blinders on. I was blind. blind to the fact that I no longer felt happiness. I thought happiness was illusion. I thought love was an illusion. I thought my greatest problems, well, no, sorry, my greatest accomplishments were also just like one step away from problems, right? I felt like no matter what happened, there'd always be some bullshit that drags along with it. I thought, oh, you know, even if I do get successful in this music game or the podcast game or the fucking gaming game, you know, it's just more work. You know what I mean? I always thought, like, with like Biggie, more money, more problems, right? But all that changes when I watch Bert take off his shirt. Because I go, there's a guy who has not a single care in the world. You know what I mean? To be that size of a guy, right? That weirdly shaped gut, it's not appealing. I think it gotten bigger in the movie. Looked like it did. To have a weirdly shaped gut, like I was always, you know, got a little bit of hair on my fucking stomach. I got a hairy gut. Got kind of bitch tits. You know, they're jiggly. But when I look at fucking Bert and I go, dude, look at that guy. Take off his shirt with pride and just stand there and smile to a standing ovation for fucking, it's at least 3 minutes of just solid clapping for his stomach. It gives me hope. It gives me a hope in my life. Like there's something that ignites in my imagination, and in some weird thing in the back of my mind, I find tranquility and peace looking at this motherfucker's stomach, bro. Looking at this dude's stomach. I feel fucking free. I feel invigorating, like a woman that just had an orgasm. I suddenly believe in love and shit. You know what I mean? I suddenly believe I can achieve. I feel like I'm worthy. Like fucking I can pick up Thor's hammer and shit. That's what I get when I look at Bert Chrysler's shirtless. Oh, his wife gonna hate me for this one, but I wanna see that guy. If he had an OnlyFans, I'd subscribe. If he was on porno and he was smashing his wife, I would probably, you know, tape up his wife's side and I'll just watch this guy pump away because I want to see how it is. I want to see. He famously talks about how he's a guy that's like a 2-pump chump. You know what I mean? But hey, listen, you get in there and get out there. You got shit to do. You got more stories to tell. Well, man, one story to tell to multiple fucking stadiums, buddy. You gotta be out there, my G. And so many people go like, oh, you know, it's fucking, he comes quick, or you know what I mean? He's a minute man, or this and that. Listen, people, it's in nature designed to come the fastest. The fastest comer. You can't be sitting there fucking a girl for 3 hours. In nature, predators would get you. You know what I mean? So it's evolutionarily designed to come quick. You're actually to designed to come so quick you can't even really notice it. She doesn't even really notice it. Then you get off and then you run. Then you do the dash. Like, did you come already? I thought you were just. Something wrong? Yeah, I just came, baby, and I'm out the door too. I came and left. I came as soon as I left, baby. Peace. And that's the golden ticket. Bert has it, and like Willy Wonka, you know, like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory with Willy Wonka. He's holding the. I wish I had a ticket to his show though, or his movie. I'll probably next weekend I'll probably go down and check it out. I wish I could support him in the opening weekend box sale tickets. But he's doing good. You know what I mean? It says about 48 million. Let's see, box office. Movie box. I'll search a movie box office. Movie box office. So this is the latest details. Hey, what the hell? Okay, so it's the first one's Little Mermaid. You know what I mean? And Little Mermaid was the first. Fast X, never even heard that coming out. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, good movie. It is a good movie. Super Mario Bros. Is fourth, good. About My Father, okay. Never heard of that, but The Machine is sixth. Okay, The Machine is sixth. And it says it's daily raking in, Jesus Christ, $915,000, dude. Daily. Jeez, man. Fuck, man. But The Little Mermaid's raking in $22 million a year. Or daily, sorry. Fuck off. Little Mermaid's making $22 million a fucking day? That is fucking wild, man. Fuck, I gotta get into the movie game, dude. Like, what? How the fuck is Little Mermaid? And The Little Mermaid, too. Like, I don't know. I heard a lot of people, like, boycotting it because of a lot of racists. Fucking mermaid can't be black. I don't know. It's stupid. I thought I was stupid. Yeah, like, cause people go, she's an ugly, like, people were saying she's ugly. I'm like, dude, that's a pretty girl, pretty little light skinned girl, right? She looks like the mermaid. She actually did look like a mermaid, cause her eyes are so far apart. She looked like she was a fish, right? I don't have, not sipping anything. But to get back onto the Bert Chrysler story, The Machine. Go out there and support your boy. If you're a fan of, if you're clicking on this video because you see that it's the weekend show, but it's the Bert edition, you could get into it. Get into it and support your friend. Watch, or support your idol or whatever, your favorite comedian, if you will, your favorite husband, your favorite all-night drinker, favorite father, podcaster, whatever it is. He's fucking, again, I gotta go back onto it. Joe Rogan's here. But when he has Bert on it's, you gotta let Bert do it. The one thing that I loved about Bert, and what I do love consistently about this guy, is that he gives no fucks. There's a no fuck given attitude that he walks around with. Not just taking off the shirt. Not just fucking spewing out fucking crazily confidential shit to his... Like, in a Joey Diaz-esque level, he spews out shit about his family. And I don't even think Joey Diaz would say, like, hey, listen, man, I can't talk about my wife or my daughter like this. But Bert's like, hold my beer. You want to hear some shit about Isla or whatever, Georgia, and he goes for the throat with his own family day in and day out. It's wild. I feel like sometimes, the audience and me included, when I'm listening to whatever he's talking about, they feel like I know more about Bert's kids than my own, and specifically on my kids, because baby mama don't even talk to me. I can't even figure out my own kid, right? And it's sad, it sucks. But I'm sure most people are in that zone, working 9 to 5. You know what I mean? They're not at home, babysitting their kids or whatnot. Most men. But with Bert, he's fucking. He gives exactly. He doesn't spare any details. And you get to know him, and it's not just that. puts him in the don't give up. It's the fact that he challenges Joe Rogan, the one guy that kind of set his career ablaze, right? You know, the whole Joe Rogan family kind of thing. Everyone always pays homage to the boss. Is Joe Rogan. But every now and then, there's one guy that bites the hand that feeds him, and it's fucking Bert. He goes, "Listen, Joe, I'll be able to fucking arm wrestle you." He'll say shit like, "I'll be able to fucking beat you in a push-up contest." Joe Rogan, I don't even know if his black belt's real. He'll just say shit like that, and it's funny. It's exactly what, and I think he said this one time with Tom Segura. You know what I mean, on the Two Bears One Cave podcast. He said, fuck, I'm messing it up. He said some shit about how he was like, when I see like people that I'm a fan of and their friends all get together, I always love the guy that challenges the big guy or like talks shit to the big guy. So I'm gonna keep doing that, because it's like, yeah, like you want your fans to be in on it and have like some of the shit that they would say with their buddies, right? Like, obviously behind closed doors, he's fucking blowing Joe, right? But on the podcast or on here and that, it's fun to just talk. Like, I think at one point he said he called Joe Rogan gay. Like he's a closeted homosexual. It's hilarious. It's funny. It's captivating. And to be honest, because it's like, I think it takes Joe Rogan and it takes his ego down a little bit, without the need for the marijuana or psychedelics that he always tells his podcast listeners that the ego death is a thing. But you don't need an ego death when you got the machine right next to you, daddy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let that motherfucker go. Like the Energizer Bunny. Let that motherfucker binge. And a lot of people think that Bert is, it's a hazard to that. It's a hazard to drinking, and his body might not be able to keep up with it the older he gets. But I got a case in point. I know several old people that do nothing but drink. Right? These guys Todd drinks day in and day out. The guy that I previously have on my podcast, he drinks nonstop. Probably fucking minimum 4 beers a night. Maximum 15 to 18, maybe even 20, or a whole bottle of fucking liquor, right? George, and he's 48 or 40, he's 49 right now. George is 53 or 52, 53, or maybe even might be 56. But honestly, he looks like he's 60, and Todd looks like he's 50. But it's neither here nor there. But it's drinking, obviously. So I guess it is a here thing. George drinks, he says about 2-3 King cans a day, around there. But when they're with me and his drinks are on me, we're drinking that whole bottle that night, unless someone passes out. You know what I mean? But fucking, then we also know this guy Doug, and Doug Barker. He drinks like fucking 15 a day, and he's 68, which is fucking. So if you do the math on and that's a steady drinker's diet without getting out, because Doug is he's got sciatic nerves and shit, so he can't. He's like a recluse almost, like he can't move outside of his apartment without like it being a thing where he has to get his walker and stuff. So Bert's still active, and let's go search up again how old Bert is. Okay, Bert's age. Bert's age has never been defined. Oh no, that's Bert from Sesame Street. That's not Bert. How do you spell his name? Kreischer, comedian. Age. Oh, see, he's 50, and he looks good for 50. Let's be honest. He looks real good for 50. But he's active. That's the thing. I think you can get high, dude. I know functioning meth heads, to be honest, and they fucking walk miles to get their fix. I know dudes that hit that fucking glass pipe, bro, that glass dick, and they dance for fucking hours. I don't really know them. I just see them. I visually see them in my city, and I drive away. Right? I'm driving away. I just see them and I walk away. I get into the store. I say, I don't have any change for you, buddy, but keep up dancing. And he goes, and he's just dancing. There's no music. This motherfucker's just dancing for the night away. In his mind, I don't know what's going on, but healthy as a motherfucker. Somehow, always fucking, you know. Somehow, fucking, he looks the best. He's in shape, right? He's in shape. These motherfuckers dancing on the corner for their meth. And Bert, you know, Bert is, he's the fucking machine. 50 years old, still drinking, still putting anybody under the table and drinking. Gotta say it, man. I gotta say that this guy. He's my motive. Like, to be honest, like, David Goggins doesn't do shit for me. You know what I mean? Those motherfucking The Rock videos. The Rock had me motivated, I'd say, for about 30 days. The Rock clock, and get up, get out, and get active. But Bert, it puts me in a different mind state of motivation. It puts me in the, you can do it. Like, the average person can do it. Like, you know what I mean? You can get out there and fuck shit up. And you can party. Hey, fuck it. My mom used to always say, man, Jeff, when I was younger, don't burn the candle at both ends. Don't be burning the candle at both ends. But I remember burning the candle at, and it was fun. And Bert always has that, I burned the candle at both ends, and look where it got me. You know what I mean? Look where it got him, right? There's the saying that, work hard, play hard. You know, work hard, party hard. Work hard and drink hard. You know what I mean? Breaking my 7-day sobriety, I might take a drink. I might just go drink with the boys, because why not? Fuck it. This is a celebration for Bert. And I want to also put out there, since I'm back on Instagram, I got a couple songs coming out. There's 2 songs. It's like a song and then the remix to the song kind of thing. It's like a 1 part and 2 part. You know, you're getting a saga. Cause like I liked, and we'll side note Bert for a little bit. I like this movie, or it's not really a movie. It's the TV show Alice in Borderlands, right? I like this show so much. I like the character Naragi in this show so much. I just liked, when I seen him, I immediately like fell in love. I was like, this like is attractive little Japanese dude, well, scrawny tall dude that was bullied. You know, the story is fucking captivating with this guy. He is bullied his whole life growing up, you know, and the fucking in the Japanese schools, they did some foul shit. Like they'd piss in his rice and make him eat it and shit, and have him stand there and while they're target practice for batting like balls at his fucking head or something. It was just very crude shit. And then he grew up in the Alice in Borderlands thing, and I won't really spoil what goes on or anything like that, but he becomes some sick, twisted motherfucker, and it's obvious, like, right, like, it's like those who hurt people have been, or those who hurt no, those who are hurt people. Or no, hurt people. It's it's such a good thing because like while he's doing evil shit throughout the saga, throughout the fucking series, I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, fuck, well, he's doing that because he's abandoned. He's abandoned from his, even while he became that guy, he became abandoned. Like, no one really took him seriously, and he's just an abandoned, right? And the perfect quote is like, I don't know if I was twisted because everyone hated me, or if everyone hated me because I was I don't know if I said that right. I don't know if I was twisted because everyone hated. I don't know if everyone hated me because I was twisted, or if I became twisted because everyone hated me. That fucking line is so fucking like, it's like, yeah, dude. Like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? You know what I mean? What came first, my sadistic fucking psychopathic shit, or the fact that like everyone abandoned me at a young age and I was bullied day in and day out? So I got a song where I just kind of invoke that character. It's not really gonna be like the songs that I normally do, where I'm like, I pretend to be Joe Rogan or Elon Musk or fucking John Krasinski and I get into the mode. It's more of like a freestyle kind of thing. I think the beat kind of sounds like melodic, reminds me of like a Japanese kind of fucking vibe to it. And I'm working with this new producer, right? This new producer, Paul. So right now, yeah, as of today, I got 3 producers that I know on a good level that I work with, that are, 3 producers, and then a couple producers that, these 2 producers that I always know where to go for because they got fucking bangers. Then I got a couple producers that I fucking hate, and I hate the fact that they're just not people of their word. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'll put the link in the description. Actually, you know what? I'll put on my link tree in this video's description. You can check out the right now, as of now, if you're listening to this podcast as early as it is released, you'll be able to pre-save it eventually in about a day or 2. You'll be able to pre-save it, and then probably around May 31st, the songs will actually come out. But you can get that landing page, you can hear a preview of it, see if you're rocking with it, see if you want to really click that little save button, and it does help put it into the algorithm, and more people could see me. And I'm back. I took a little bit of a break, took a little bit of a retirement, because I wanted to see how it felt, and fuck it, I'll talk about that. My retirement, it was nice, man, and I understand why rich people are successful, because the time that you can have to like execute things without doing, like, without a job, without consistently being tired and being forced your hand into labor, or just even if you're at a computer all day, it's fucking so time consuming. Like, if given the opportunity, I would take right now, like, I'd take a fucking to be my full-time. I would take a pay cut, but at this time I can't, really. I think my goal would be I'm going to stack up bread right now. In the next 2 years, I'm going to probably most likely, commit suicide if I keep doing this kind of job, because fucking the trucking industry is fucking heinous hours, man. It's heinous hours. It's like, can you work, like, my boss literally told me today, on Friday, when I got back after working 5 days, all about, like, I just came back from a 3-day fucking excursion up north. Came back, and he said, can you come back? You're able to take a shower and stuff, and then take a load out again for the next 2 days. I'm like, Jesus fuck. After working the 5 days, I would have just turned into 7 days. And I'm like, no, I can't. And understandable. No, sorry to bother you. And I'm like, geez, well, why? Like, if I did say that, like, I don't understand how. Yeah, the money's nice. The money's actually really nice. It's nice to have a lot of money and not really worry about it. But it's also like, dude, I wish I had some sort of time. Like, the podcast is clearly gonna suffer. The music, I wish I could fucking get to the studio more often. But that's life, right? You just gotta work. But in the next 2 years, I'm gonna work my ass off. Hopefully, then I'll be able to buy a house around the third year. Keep working another 2 years. Buy not a house, sorry, a condo. Then buy a fucking another condo and just keep going to that condo. You know what I mean? Buy an okay condo for now. Then the next condo, buy a dope ass condo, right? Because this is the type of job, like with Coca-Cola, I didn't have nearly enough money to make ends meet. Even though I was making good money, it was limited in that regard. This job, since I'm doing a lot of the overnights and shit and highway driving, it's fucking like, yeah, I could make some money and save some money and get a quick enough payment for a down. In the next 2 years, I'd be able to probably make a good solid down payment on a mortgage, pay that, live in the house, live in a place that I fucking own, not have to pay rent, save money that way, then make another down payment on another fucking condo, get someone to rent in the previous place that I own, then just fucking be like a lobster or a crab that keeps changing shells. I think it's a crab. Keep changing shells to bigger and badder ass shells, right? Get a nice fucking. Then by the time I end this, hopefully when I can retire, which would be 47. My goal is still to retire at a ridiculously early age. 47's fucking not bad. 29 right now. Got about, 13 years? No, 47. I'm 29. Why can't I do the math on this? It's, fucking, 9, 6? No, 8. 18 years. Yeah, in 18 years. So the next 2 years, buy my first condo, live in whatever. Then buy another dope ass condo. Probably buy a third condo around year 8. Then fucking once I have that, at any point I could retire, but I could keep stacking money just cause. That would be the goal ultimately. But also, it would be nice to just go on stage and just take off my shirt like Bert.